All right, we are so back. First vlog out now, or actually back in. I am in the indoor skate park of Vienna, which I talked about in the last video, but since I've never been here with camera doing vlogs, I'm very excited for this first one. I just got here as the park opened now, and it's completely empty, so I'm not gonna waste much on the intro. I'm just gonna do the usual. So what setup am I on today? It's nothing different from the last couple of vlogs where I actually talked about my setup. Wish I had more to talk about, but yeah. It's still my pro boot, which you can see is pretty worn in, looking real good to me at least. I'm rocking the clear sole plate, which is a prototype for anyone that's wondering out there. A couple people asked me at Blading Cup. It's not out yet, and it won't be for a minute, but right now I'm skating it very proudly, and it's amazing. It's living up to the hype. I've been skating clear soles on street all summer basically. No stuff like breaking or anything. Like, they slide really fast, they slide well, they hold up pretty well. So all in all, really good experience, especially for me skating a lot of ledges and curbs. There's just a certain amount of like impact that they have to sustain. And then I'm skating the Icon Justin Thursday AG60 frames. That is a long name. Originally intended to have the silver inlay on all sides, but I didn't get it out on this side, so it's the bronze or like gold, which matches really really well with the liner. I'm skating my Red Eye 55 Pro wheels, although they look like 45 millimeters now, but yeah. I was thinking about doing a park setup and a street setup, but actually I don't think I get comfortable like quickly enough to like switch from a park to a street setup. So this is my street setup all year round, which has proven to be the right for me. I like to match the small wheels with this frame, even though the frame walls or like the covering up of the middle wheel makes it tricky, especially at the start. But since I got used to it, it's just perfect setup. And also I got the tip from Air Dolphin. Like I like built this little inlay here, which is just a cutout shoelace with some aluminum foil around, so it has like this silver in between. Something to consider in the future. And also got the lace lock right here. Thanks Air Dolphin for providing me with these. And yes, that is the setup that I'm gonna be skating today. I'm gonna do a quick walk through the park, and while I'm doing that, I'm gonna also like wax everything. I just stacked up majorly on wax, so I should be good for the next couple months. The micro ramp right here, which I won't be getting into much more. For anyone that wants, like, I like to actually warm up on this, just to like see if I tied my skates up correctly, and that's pretty much it. I leave this spot after 30 seconds. Right here is a blind spot to me. I don't like this. That is the ignorant part of me. Like, I wish I could skate bowl better than I do, but this is definitely not my spot to learn it. Yeah, so I'll just leave this right here. To anyone that likes to skate bowl, I guess it could be cool. Yeah. Sorry for not providing more info on that. Anyone who wants to do some winter crash training, we got this extension box right here. Not really high, but you could just like practice a couple things here, which again, blind spot to me. But also this quarter pipe extension is pretty cool. This would have been like my ideal height for quarter pipe to grind on, but yeah, it's good to have it like just this spot instead of like not at all. So this is a pretty cool one to do some airs out of. So yeah, nice. Very clearly my favorite. So you have this little rail setup right here, and this absolutely like 10 10 out of 10 out ledge spot, which you can see is square, but like this slight extension of this metal right here makes it just a bit more comfortable to skate. So perfect to like hold like regular grinds to practice top sides and stuff like that. And this is kind of like the sanctuary spot. Like whenever it's getting crazy down at the skate park, you have like this setup right here. So two identical ledges across and down. And then you have this rail, which goes slightly up right here. Like you can see, it goes slightly up and down. And the transition, so like you can just like do rounds from over here. Very nice practice spot. All right, so square ledge, like fully square, no extended things, anything. And the guys that built this skate park actually like fixed some of the cracks right here. They lacquered up this thing, so yeah, you can actually tell like from how shiny it is. Like this is a nice street ledge right here. So one thing that I had in mind as I was like just trying to structure some new vlogs, or just like getting back into this thought process, is like, what do I actually want to include skating wise into vlogs? Because as many of you noticed, like I'm kind of like stepping away from the Instagram thing, and like trying not to spoil too much of skating, or my skating, by like posting every single thing that I learn, or every single thing that I do on Instagram, because I think it just takes away the anticipation. Very obvious like problem with social media in general, but yeah, so I think I was like just 10 times more happy with what I've released last year, like the video parts that I released, just because I wasn't hinting much of it. Like I wasn't showing my every single step of where I'm going. I'm not showing the spots that I'm skating, or like doing these sorry but stupid teasers where you film someone and then like last second as someone approaches the trick you like pull up the phone and then post it on your story. This is probably the most unoriginal way, in my opinion, to like showcase something. So yeah, that was kind of the thing. And like, what do I want to like put in my vlogs? Because like if I'm like actually working for a trick that I want to film for my next video part or something, I don't really know if I want to include that here, or like yeah, or on any other platform. So I think vlogs might just do better for me to do like some regular drills, and whenever I have an idea, like it rarely ever happens that like the idea as you come up with it like equals final product. So the idea is just merely the seed to where this idea might just sprout, because like you it's yeah, just the first bit of a thought journey, and also like executional journey, because yeah, usually the idea as you come up with it doesn't really look as good as like the finished product. So yeah, that's where I'm going with this. So I think this format right now works pretty well, because like I haven't been here so far filming anything other than like just random stuff on camera and phone. So I'll just do a couple of drills. I'll just like try to hit most of the spots of the park, and then I think I'll get a pretty decent video with that. Also, I'm not feeling like 100% right now. Like I'm coming down with a cold right now, so not to use it as an excuse for anything, but just yeah, doing some light skating, like some regular drills. Being in an indoor park where it's actually warm definitely helps. Just feeling more confident and like more tuned in and dialed in skating. So yeah, I'll have a couple spots that I forgot to wax, and then I'll be on my way filming some tricks. in the footage, but I just got really stuck on that fish brain on the flat part of the rail. And I checked it, and it's because there's like little bits of metal sticking out. So I'm guessing like either like a BMX with metal packs, or I don't know if scooters can do such damage, but we have to get rid of this because like this is actually not skatable right now. And I think it just bit out a bit of my frame and my sole plate. Yes, sir. Just interrupting this stream of tries. Like this was the prime example of lack of commitment. Like it seemed like I was out of power, but I was just like not committing even to the first one. Like I was just like trying to like check if fish brain works and then switch over whenever. But yeah, obviously gotta focus, gotta dial in. But I got this. Things. One, the switch up on the rail worked after all, and it's not really about the difficult technical ability of the trick. It was just I was just curious to do like back to back, one right foot macchio or fish brain switch up, we spin to the right, and one way spin to the left. And my personal opinion would be that if you do the macchio, it looks better if you spin towards the rail, as in like macchio to front far. And when you do the fish brain, it kind of looks better to me if you spin, well, also towards actually. Depending on how you look at it, but like the fish brain right foot to left foot front royale. So yeah, that's, like I'm not really getting tech or anything here, but just having the ability to choose in these variations, like the Farv and the Royale are technically switched, but I've been practicing so much that I can actually just try to do them. And you can tell in the Farv, like I'm having my trouble like committing into the Farv, and it ends up being like this front side leaning into front Farv, but I'm getting there. So I did a couple of reps, and I think the last one was actually good. I notice now that I placed the camera here, which doesn't really tell you if I was actually boot down, but I could actually like feel the resistance of the backslide plate. And also I got into a couple of top sides on the out ledge, and yeah, just absolute dream of an obstacle to try these things on. And one thing that I wanted to add at this point is just, I used to be like terrified of doing like right, or like just any topsides on square obstacles, but there's been a couple of changes of my mind lately that allowed me to actually like just get into it now. And like two things come to mind right away, and this one
is when I was in Philly and I was talking to Cody about like how he's approaching his fish brains, because like, he was doing a switch fish on a square ledge, and he had it like every single try. And I asked him like how he's like not afraid to like jump over, like overshoot, and simple advice that he gave me was just to like undershoot it every time you do it. So like I'm obviously gonna show with the right foot because like my left fish is not really that far. So I'm like, I always used to like try to come on top and then like into, or like, I mean, obviously get directly into it, but like I tend to like overshoot it like this. Whereas it makes way more sense to like just slightly undershoot it, that if you miss it, you're like missing like this. Which happened to me on the sweat stands before. And I could easily save myself because I also had like the commitment of knowing that like I got a good stance. I was like very central, very neutral on the spot. I had a very low point of like how you say, like all my weight was very low to the spot, so I wouldn't fall high if I was falling. And the second thing that came to mind is just like I think like a month or two ago, I noticed like whenever I was filming something, I was like not terrified, but I was like legit scared of getting hurt while doing it, while doing a trick that I knew I could get, maybe not first try, but just eventually. And at some point, like very randomly, I just noticed like how I'm losing the fun out of it, and I just want that that achievement of like getting this clip of landing the trick. So what I did now is just kind of like remind myself to just have fun along the way, and which eventually just like gave me the confidence back on like, yeah, you're just trying, and I'm kind of like less worried. While I'm having fun, I'm less worried about like if I'm actually capable of doing a trick or if I'm not. And so far it has just only paid out. Like nothing changed in my skating aside from the fact that I just got more tricks down again without having to convince myself to try them. And yeah, so that's like a very, very powerful combination that I just noticed very recently again. And one very obvious thing that I didn't mention is just having, like I think I said it before, just like a warm spot where you can skate, like this indoor park where it's, I don't know, like 20 degrees or something Celsius for my American friends. And outside it's like 4 degrees at best, and it's windy, and I noticed like my fingers are cold, like when you try to text and your thumb is getting really slow. I noticed like my whole body has the exact same like response time to whatever I try to do, so I can't do the tricks the way I want them to do, and I cannot save myself as I'm usually intending to. So there's just like 2 points that are like really important to me, and I want to like have everything more or less under control, and like I want to be in charge of when I'm letting go of like full control of a trick and I'm trying something new. I don't want my regular tricks to become like just dangerous because of like outside influence. That's the same as when it's like too crowded in a skate park. Like I tend to usually avoid skating there because I like my focus is kind of shifting between things. But I guess the indoor skate park helps because every now and then like it's so crowded in here and I still get to skate. So I think just by training that, it's getting better and better. So I might actually be able to do a couple tricks at Winter Clash, but I have like I'm doing no promises here. What I am trying to do now is just, I want to do one more fish brain across the out ledge. One spinning to the left, one spinning to the right. And then I just want to do a couple of like regular tricks, because I like regular soul play tricks, because you have like such a nice neutral stance on it that you can, with a bit of finesse, I think you can like adapt and translate to street ledges. Like you obviously can't do it as extremely as you can do here, but I noticed that my topside game on like regular street ledges is way better now, and my regular sole plate game on ledges is way better now too. As opposed to whenever I'm skating coping boxes, I feel like my street finesse is like drastically going down. I mean, there's obviously a couple of things that are like impacting my street skating abilities now, but I'm not getting into that. But yeah, let's get back to skating. Not the process I imagined. I feel like my legs are a bit tired, even though I didn't really skate that much yet, but I got it after all. It's just, I noticed how much like more difficult it gets, like technically, when you grab the trick and try to spin to the left and you're on the ledge. Like if you do it on rail, it's easy, and if you do no grab, it's easy. Spinning right, like from a right foot fish brain, right to the right outside, it's pretty much a given. Like it's just naturally what happens. But like jumping away to the right and then spinning to the left, it feels kind of like you're like leaning into this small drop that you have from the out ledge. So yeah, kind of scary, but also rewarding, I guess. That's 2 hours of skating now. Officially done. I didn't get to skate like half the spots I wanted today. And just for good measure, I did hit the regular ledge, like the flat ledge on the little course, the little part of the course, I guess. And yeah, it was already like there's like no people at all in today. Like this is a good day for skating today.
but still, like, just having like 2 or 3 other people in this flat area is just enough to like interrupt your like flow. And also just after skating now, I notice it's like indoor skating especially is just like a lot of grindoblading focused. So I think, yeah, I don't even see like a lot of options that are not including grinding, which is not a complaint by any means, but I'm just saying this is one thing that I'm missing about like outside skating. Like there's very straight lines to your spots. It's very grind fixated, and so one big upside of that is that you're gonna like stay in shape. You're gonna stay dialed in with your grinds, which is important because like losing the grinds is like a very hard pill to swallow after winter, when you like kind of have to like get back into the groove of things, and before you can actually like just do your regular stuff again. But yeah, it's just not as playful as like skating outside, and it makes me miss wizard skating even more because I haven't skated wizards in a while now, and I just think generally I should do that. But yeah, spring will come along and I'm up for it, but until then I'm really happy with the indoor park. I think I got a good amount of clips today, which I'm very proud of. The true mac on the outlet was a first. I never got that one, so very excited about that. And just generally I had like a very good solid session. The tricks felt very solid, very dialed in. Definitely feeling better than I did before I went out skating. Like I'm feeling physically better, and I think I might just go bouldering, hit the gym after now, because I'm feeling very energized. Gotta make use of that. And now that I took off my skates again, just quick recap of things. With the prime liners right here, which I didn't get into before. I'm not skating with that outside part of the liner, because it would be too, like, I need all the space that I can get in this shell, because this shell fits me perfectly as long as I don't have like liners that are too thick. This one is exactly rightly patterned, like padded, that's the word. I skated Intuitions before that, and with Intuitions I just had the problem that like right here there was like just a little too little padding, and it ended up hurting my foot. So yeah, seeing other people like struggle with their setups just makes me so much more happy that I found one that I feel like 100% with. Like this is my 100% setup. And huge shout out and thank you to Spirit of 76. Oh wait, I didn't get to focus. There we go. For sending me the care packages with spare socks for skating and like just regular socks for skating. Game changer. Never leave the house without a spare pair of socks. So yeah, 10 out of 10 skate session today. Even though I wish I could have done a couple of other things too, but like within the range of my abilities today and like everything around, 10 out of 10. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you at the Winter Clash. Until then, keep skating. Also, I forgot to mention it, but it's very obvious. 2025 is the year of doing topsides on curb. Just keep that in mind.
What a day.